Fine. Triangles. In triangle ABC, it has three sides. Angle is nothing but where two lines meet. Where two lines meet, what do you call this? The value inside? We call it as angle. And only the point, students, outside the point we call it as B. Vertex. What do you call it as? Vertex. This is vertex, this is angle. And how many sides are there? We'll have three sides. So A to B is one side. Can you see A and B? If I write 5 centimeter, what is the value of A and B? So this what you call? We call it as side. Right? Then just point B or point A or point C. Can you measure all these points, students? Is it possible to measure point? No, we can't calculate. Therefore, we can't calculate. All of you will concentrate. Very important concept. Even for 10th, you'll get the same thing. So we cannot calculate vertices. All these are called known as vertices. Plural word is vertices. Singular word is vertex. Where two lines meet, we call it as vertex point. And angle. Right? Can you measure angle? Can we measure angle? Yeah, we can measure the distance. Yes, we can measure the distance. So total how many angles are there, students? Totally how many angles are formed in a triangle? Three angles. 1, 2, 3. Now I'll tell you how to write. In simple, you can write angle A, angle B, angle C. Okay, this is one way of writing. Direct way. Angle A, angle B, and angle C. Fine. Now let me just take these two lines. Let me take only two lines. In these two lines, which is the angle formed, students? What's the angle formed? Angle A is formed. See, you can write angle A, or how did this angle A form? From where did we start? From B we started to draw a line, right? Then from B we went all the way up to A, then we came back to C. What is the starting point here? What's the starting point? B. What is the ending point? C. So you can even write like this: B, C. Starting ending point in between angle. Is it clear? You can write BAC. Next, this is not the only way. Can we start even from C, students? Can we draw triangle like this from C, A, B? So then which one will be the starting point? C, A, B. The meaning is same. So triangle is basically three lines. You should know where it starts and where it ends. That's it. Look, angle A, angle A, and angle A. Starting and ending point should be in the first and last, and make sure the angle, whichever angle is formed, should be in the center. This is how you write it. Okay, for angle A, I explained. Tell me for angle B and angle C, students. How will you all write? Okay. Angle. If you want angle B, from where will you start drawing? From angle A, B, C? Or yes, A, B, C. Next, for angle C? Yes, that's it. Angle BC. All this is your 7th standard. I'm starting from the basic. So don't skip any concept. Make a note of this, all of you all. These are the three ways to write the angles. Fine. These are the three angles. And can you tell me the sides, students? How many sides do we have? AB is one side. Next. And CA. See, you can go in this order. You can start in this order, or AB, you can write it as BA. It's the same. BC, you can write it as CB. CA, you can write it as AC. Start from clockwise, anti-clockwise, anything. This is what you have to remember, sides. We can calculate sides. Yes, we can calculate sides. We can calculate angles. Most important concept, sides and angle. We can't calculate vertex. Point A, point B, point C. Don't have to note all the students. Just remember this concept. We can't calculate. There is no value for vertex. It is just a point. So we have three things here. What are the three things when we talk about triangle? What are the three things you have to remember? Vertex, angle, and side. Vertex, angle, and side. In this, which two are calculate? Which we can calculate? And sides. Sides. So what mathematician did was they segregated different types of triangles based on angle and side. I'll explain that next. Is this clear? Got to know how to write angles? Okay, angles is done. Next, where are all these angles, students? Whatever angles you all found, where are all these angles? Inside the triangle or outside? So what do you call these triangles as? We call it as interior angles. Inside meaning is interior. Now, any one of these angles, if I project it outside like this, A, B, C, I'll name it as D. Can you name this angle? What's the starting point? Oh, no, yes, angle ACD and DCA, that's it. You can't name it as angle C. See, this one you can't name it as angle C. All these are important concepts. Students, they get confused. Why can't we name it as angle C? Yes, both interior and exterior. If I talk about angle C, students, if I tell angle C, it is both this, right? Yes, so you can't mention angle C for this. Remember that. If you tell angle C, that is wrong answer. If I talk about exterior angle, it is ACD or DCA. That's it. So exterior angle DCA. Fine. Remember this. Don't write angle C. That is wrong. That is for entire value. Next question. Next concept. Once you know all this, similarity is very simple. Simple concept. Next one. Let me extend this side E and let me extend this side F. Yeah. Tell me all the other exterior angle, students. How will you find angle? This one exterior. See, for this one, give me the answer. What's the starting point? A is the starting point. A, angle A, B, E. Or you can name it as E, B, A. Yes, I need the answer for this one. Delicia, can you unmute and answer? Try to be interactive. Don't be silent. What's the starting point? F is the starting point. F, A. See, I'm talking about this angle. F, A. What's the ending point? F, A, B, right? Next one, how do you name this? B, A. Okay, BF. Look here. If I erase, you'll understand, students. Look, I'm talking about this angle. Can you all see this angle? FAB, Where are all these angles? Inside or outside? Are they inside the triangle or outside? Outside. So what do you call them? What do you call these angles? Exterior angles. Yes, exterior angles. See, exterior angles can be anywhere like this. They can give it in any way, students. Like this. They can project it anyway, any side. Even this could have been exterior, or even this could have been exterior. Even this could have been exterior. This is the difference between interior exterior. Clear? Next concept. Give me a minute. Can you see the screen, all of you? No? Okay, fine. Now, yes, look here. See, we know how to measure line, students. Angle and side. I'm talking about angle and side. This is a side AB. How do you measure it? What are the equipments we use? We use a ruler. If it is small, we use a ruler. What's the value here? 6 centimeters, right? Sorry, 8 centimeters is the answer. If it is very large, what do you do, students? Large, we use a tape. We use tape, right? Yes, measuring tape. Now, look here. Vertex cannot be measured. I explained in the beginning. Sides you can measure. Now, I'll draw one more side here. See. What is the angle formed here? What are the three ways to write? Angle A, angle CAB, and angle BAC. Fine. Which device do we use here to measure the angle? We use, what do you call this? Protractor. What's the angle? Can you tell me the angle formed? The protractor. After it, isn't it between 30 and 40? Start from 0, 30 and 40. So what's the answer? Shall we consider 35? 35. Just for example. So what's the answer for this students? Angle 35 degree. 35 degree. Look here, 35. And the small dot which goes on top, you call it as degree. That's the unit. Okay, that's the unit we use. For example, 5 kgs, 10 years old, 20 years old. For age, we use old, kgs, centimeter, meter, like that. For angles, we use the unit called degree, 35 degrees. Okay, this concept is clear, 35 degrees. Next, angle C to angle B, students. Let me join angle C and angle B, like this, C and B. Three angles are formed, right? Total, how many angles do we have? Three angles. Now tell me the value of angle B. Start from 0. Look at the left hand side. From 0 to which one? Look at the top values. Top 0, 10, 20, 30, 60. Isn't it 70? What's the value? 70? 70. And here, even here, students get confused. When I kept the protractor, where is angle B, students? Towards the left side of the protractor or right side? Left side. So where is, which 0 you have to consider? Which 0 you have to consider? Left side 0, right side 0? Left side 0. If you can calculate from right, it is wrong. All these are basic concepts you have to remember. The same protractor, if I keep angle A. Where is angle A? Where is the triangle? Towards right or left? Right. So which 0 will you consider? Which 0 will you consider? Right 0. From right, yes, from right you have to consider. Simple concept. Next. Now consider the 0 from left. Tell me angle B. Almost 170 degrees. 0, 10, top value. Look at the top one. 70 degrees. Okay. So let me write 70 here. 70 degrees. Next, angle C. If you want to measure angle C, I have to place it like this. See, like this. Can you see it starts from 0 here? 0. Look at the outside value, students. 0. Where is angle C? Isn't it between 70 and 80? Shall I consider 75 degrees? 75? Is this clear? All of you understood? Anya, Angel, Ananya? 75 degrees? Yes, 75. This is 75. Add up all three, students. Add up all three values. What's the total you'll get? 180 degrees. Remember this 180 degree. A, B, C. 70, 35, 70, 75. Is this clear? Did you all understand how to measure the angles? Yeah. Now, most important concept. I explained interior angle and exterior angle. What is interior? What is exterior? Now, in interior, sum of interior angle concept. Interior exterior basic was in 6th standard they taught. Now in 7th standard what you have studied? That concept. A, B, C. Where is it? Okay. See, these are the three angles. Now tell me which side seem to be larger, students. Which side is bigger? AC, AB, or BC? Which side do you think? Angle AB and AC seem to be greater than CB. Okay. See, I'll tell you one thing. This is a concept. Which angle is greater here? A, B, or C? C is greater. So the side opposite to that will be the greatest side. Example, 7 centimeter. Next, which one is greater? Which angle? B. So the side opposite to angle B will be the second largest. That can be 6 centimeter. Which is the smallest angle? 35 degrees. So that can be 5 centimeters. Understood the difference? Yeah. Which this one? See, which angle is greater? How you're not concentrating when I'm teaching Bhargavi. How can A be greater? 35. You weren't there when I taught, I think. What are the why have I written this value 35, 70, 75? This I taught almost 2 minutes back, right? Why did I write 35, 70, and 75 here? What are the measurements? Which device do we use to measure? Bhargavi, in between, if you're leaving the class, you're messaging friends. If in between, if you leave the class, I won't teach again. No, I can easily identify that you're lying because 35, 70, you don't know for what I've written 35, 70, and 75. When did I teach this students? Almost 2, 3 minutes back, I taught this concept. From 2, 3 minutes, you weren't attentive. If not, you just leave Bhargavi, you can go through the recording. Anyways, I'm recording the class, right? You want to stay or leave? Again, from the beginning, you want me to teach, use protractor, scale, draw the triangle. Look, students, if you're not attentive, don't want to attend in between, you're leaving, better leave the class and watch the recording. What's the angle formed here, Bhargavi? At angle A, what is formed here? What do you call this device as? What's the angle formed? On B, what is the angle formed? If you keep the protractor on B, the angle formed is 70. In the same way, if I measure angle C, what do you get? If I measure like this, if I keep it like this, what's the value I've written? 75. Add up all three. If you add all three, what do you get? 180 degree. So remember this, students, 180. I'll explain this concept later. For now, just remember the total value was 180. Next, which side is greater? Which angle is greater, Bhargavi? A, B, or C? 75 degrees. So which side is opposite to angle C? Side. I'm talking about side. What do you mean by side? Even that you weren't attending? I mean, didn't concentrate. What do you mean by side? A side will have starting point and ending point. Can you see AB? For angle C, which is the starting and ending point? AB is the line. Next, for angle B, which is the opposite side? Side AC, right? Yes. So from this, whichever angle is greater, students, angle C is greater. So which side will be greater out of these three sides? Which one will be greater? AB will be greater. Yeah. The next side, which side will be greater? AC. See, 7 centimeter, 6 centimeter, 5 is just assumption. We didn't calculate. See, let us calculate, students. Let us calculate this. Can you tell me the value? What's the value of AB? How many centimeter is AB, students? AB, okay. Here I have written 7. Let me erase and write it as 8. 8. Fine. Now tell me next CB students. I'll keep it on CB. Yeah, what is the value here? CB 5 centimeters. Fine, I have written 5 there. Next AC. Tell me the value of AC. 7 point. 7.5. Now tell me which one is greater here. Which side is greater? 8, 7.5 or 5? 8 is great. Next 7.5 and 5. Now did you all understand? Whichever angle is greater, that side will be greater. Yes, whichever angle is greater, that side will be greater. Look here. It is so obvious, students, that look here. If I open like this value, let me write it as 50 degree. If you measure, think it is 50. A, B, C. I'll draw another triangle like this, which will measure 80 degree. C, E, D. So which length do you think, which side will be greater, AC or CD? CD? Just look at the length. If you look at the length, you can observe CD is greater. Yeah, the reason is angle. You have opened the angle more, wider. Okay, for example, you can just observe your thumb finger like this, thumb. Can you see 90 degrees formed here if you open your thumb like this? Right? Yeah. If you close your thumb, if you close your thumb little close like this, what's the angle formed? It will be less than 90, right? Less than 90. So if I connect your thumb finger and index finger, a triangle is formed here. So which line is greater, students? The first one or second one? Which line seem to be greater? First one, second. So practically you can check. The more wider you open your finger, right? Your thumb finger and index finger, the larger the side is formed. Okay, if you know all this, it is very simple to analyze the questions and you can find the answers quickly. Fine, that is done. Any doubts in this? Next, yeah, angle. Next, I told you all angle. Bhargavi, attend the class completely. In between, if you want to leave, let me know. Okay, this is not the first time. Even last year, I've seen you doing it many times. Okay, next one, students. A, B, C. What are the, out of three things, what are the two things you can measure? Sides and angle. Now, sides can be anything. Side can be any value, 5 centimeters, 6, 3.54, anything. When it comes to angles, when it comes to angle, if this is 50 degree, this is 60 degree, 110. This will be 70 degree. What will be the total? What will be the total? 180 degree. And where are all these angles formed? Inside or outside? Interior, correct. Interior angle, inside the angle. So that the formula for this is, first formula, students, most important formula. Angle formula is angle in. Okay, what are we doing here? Adding or subtracting this angle to get 180? Did we add or add? What's the other word you use? Mathematical term we use? We use sum. Sum of what kind of angles are these? Interior or exterior? Interior angle. Have you heard ma'am always they keep telling sum of interior angle is 180? This is the concept. So don't mug up, memorize anything. Sum of interior angles. What does that mean? Angle A plus angle B plus angle C should be equal to 180. It can be anything, 50, 70, 60, 80, 90, anything. So sum of interior angle of a triangle. I missed out here. Sum of interior angle of a triangle. Make a note of this. Sum of interior angle of a triangle is equals to 180 degrees. Make a note. Don't forget this concept. Whether it is 10th standard, 11th, 12th, you do even engineering, you'll have triangles. In future, whatever studies you take max students, you'll definitely have this concept, triangles. Sum of interior angle of a triangle is 180. Just write some random angles. If you calculate, it should be 180 degrees. Okay, this statement, if you convert into mathematical expression, how do I write? Angle A plus angle B plus angle C should be equal to 180 degree. If any one angle is missing, students, fine. Let me give you all a question. Let me give you all a question. This is 60 degree. This is um, 75 degree. How do you find angle C? You have to write this. Okay, all three angles are present inside the triangle, right? Any one angle is missing, so we use this formula. Where do you use this formula? We call interior angle concept. Sum of interior angle of a triangle is 180. Now let us substitute the angle. 75 degree plus 60 degree plus angle is equals to 180. Simple, yeah, simple linear equation. 70 plus 65 is 135 plus angle C is equals to 180. How do you find angle C then? 135 goes to the, that is equals to 45 degrees. Is it clear? 45, 50, 80, 180. Yes, correct. If any one angle is given, one angle is missing, sum of interior angle, we use this concept. Just look at the, observe, students. You don't have to make a note. Draw a triangle. Write down the formula. Sum of interior angle is 180. Angle A plus angle B plus C is equals to 180. And it is not always ABC. They can name it anything. Your vertex can be anything. PQR. They can name it even PQR. So what's the formula? Should I write ABC or PQR? PQR. Don't write irrelevant alphabets. ABC. ABC is not fixed. That is the vertex name given. They can give it as PQR, XYZ, ABC. Mostly only these three vertex they give. Okay, almost 817. Do you all need break or shall I continue up to 840? Okay, take break. After 5 minutes we'll continue. Up to 8:45 I'll conduct. The students, shall we continue? All of you online? Dia, Delicia, Angel, Abigail, Anya, Ananya, and Bhargavi. Okay, fine. Bhargavi, fine, students. Look here. See, sides can be any value. Sides, it can be any value. 5 centimeter, 6 centimeter, PQ 6, 7. There is no fixed concept. For angles, I told what's the total interior angle should be? What's the total value of interior angle? 180 degree. Yes, 180. But for sides, there is no specific rule. It has to be 20 centimeter, only 30, 40, no rules like that. So ignore about sides. Now angles, I told you all 180 degree. In 180 degree, can you see one angle is 60 degree? One angle 45, the other angle 75. All these angles are less than 90 degree. All angles are less. So based on angles, students, based on angles, the triangle is classified into three types. What are the angles we have? Acute angle, right angle, and obtuse angle. Based on angles. Acute angle, right angle, obtuse angle. Now, can you tell me what is acute angle? Who can answer what is acute angle? What is acute? All the angles of a triangle should be less than equal to less than less than less than 90 degrees. Yes, less than 90. Can you see all three angles are less than 90? 60, 75, 45. So what kind of triangle is this? I mean, what kind of angles are these? Not triangle. What kind of angles are these? Acute angle. Okay, what is right angle, students? See, all angles. When we talk about acute angle, all angles should be less than 90. All three angles should be less than 90. All three angles. What about right angle? Yes, any one angle should be equal to is 90 degree. What about obtuse? Not two. Any one. Anya, any one? Yes. Yes. Any one angle should be not less than, greater than. Now what is the yes? Greater than 90 degrees and less than 180. Any one angle is equal to 90 degree right angle. Obtuse angle is any one angle greater than 90. And students get confused for between acute and obtuse. According to alphabet, which one comes first, A or O? Alphabetical order, students. A comes first, right? Acute angle, obtuse angle. So when we talk about acute angle, all the angles are less than 90. Obtuse angle, any one angle is greater than 90. Now look here, I'll give an example. Acute angle, I've given example, PQR. Right angle and obtuse. Let me give an example for right angle and obtuse angle. See, right angle. Any one angle should be like this. Where did we use this right angle concept? Where did we use? We had done 3 chapters. Yes, trigonometry. Very good. Somebody told trigonometry. Right angle concept. We use right angle there, right? 90 degrees. Right angle. The other two angles can be anything, 40 and 50. What's the total we have? 90 plus 40 plus 50, you get 180. See, this is right angle. And for right angle, remember, the angle will be square, students. The angle formed will be in square type. Look at other angles. Is it square or arc? Arc given. So right angle can be like this. Right angle can be like this. It can be in any shape like this. Sometimes they won't even mention right angle. They'll just mention the arc, this one, like this. Can you see a square is formed? All these are 90 degrees. 90 and 90. Wherever squares are formed, 90 and 90. Remember, one triangle we cannot have 290 degrees, students. One triangle will not have 290 degrees. It will have only 190 degree. Okay, next concept. Obtuse angle. Obtuse angle. What about obtuse? Any one angle will be greater than 90 degree. Look at this. Okay, if I show you all using protractor, you will understand. Look. Let me draw a line. Another line. Are in both straight, students? Both are straight, traveling in straight line. When two lines travel in straight line, what's the angle formed between them? 90 degrees. Just by looking at the figure, you will be able to find out whether it is less than 90 or greater than 90. So the black line is 90 degree. Now I'll draw a red line here, red one. What about this angle? Will it be 90 or less than 90? Less than 90? Just, yeah, which side is it traveling towards? Right side of 90 degree or left side? Right side. All the values are less than 90. So the answer is somewhere around 50 degrees. 50. Okay, now I'll draw another line, B. What about this blue one? Greater than 90 degree. If it is greater than 90, what do you call? Which angle is that? Obtuse angle. So can you see here? ABCs Angle B is less than 90, equal to 90, or greater than 90? Greater than 90. I draw 90-degree line. Look, this would have been a 90-degree line, but angle B is greater than. So all these kinds of diagrams are obtuse angle. This is not greater than 90. It can be 110, 120, anything. Okay, but the value of all three angles should be equal to 180. That is the concept. So I taught you all triangle, vertex, angles, sides. In angles, there are three types: acute, right, obtuse. Any doubts so far? Or did you all understand all the concept? Angles? Angles is there. Then what is the other measuring quantity we use after angle? Sides or vertices? Sides. So angle is done. Now based on sides, based on angle, we have three types. So you should remember all the students, even without looking at textbook or notes. You should remember a triangle will have three types: vertices, angle, side. In that vertex you can't measure, angles and sides you can measure. If you are able to measure, it is split into how many types? Angle is split into three types. What are the three types? Obtuse angle, right angle, acute angle, right angle, and obtuse angle. And next, coming to sides. See, just because they are able to measure, so mathematicians split this into different categories. Now sides, when it comes to sides, 5 centimeter, 6 centimeter, 7 centimeter, or all three sides same or different? Values are same or different? Different. We call, when all three values are different, we call it as scale and triangle. What do you call? What do you call this? Scale and triangle. Yes, scale and triangle. When it comes to angles, right angle triangle, acute angle triangle, obtuse angle triangle. When it comes to sides, all three sides are not equal. So we call it as scale and triangle. First type, scale in. SCALENE. Next, isosceles triangle. What do you mean by isosceles? Yes, all three sides are different. Then what mathematician did? They tried to make two sides equal, students. Two sides, 5 centimeter, 5 centimeter, 6 centimeter. What do you call them? What do you call this triangle as? Isosceles triangle. Isosceles triangle. Okay, check the spelling later. Isosceles triangle. Fine. If all three angles are equal, equilateral triangle. Equilateral triangle. That's it. You don't have to write anything. If you just concentrate, you'll understand. Scale in, isosceles, equilateral. Any doubts? All of you understood? Based on sides? Clear? Based on sides. Okay. Even in this, you have to understand a property. Scale in, isosceles. Look, based on sides. Oh, another 5 minutes. There are a lot of topics. We'll continue tomorrow. Look, scale in triangle. What is scale in triangle, students? All three sides are unequal. Okay, all three sides. So from here, there is another concept, that is, if all three sides are equal, their opposite angles also will be unequal. I mean, if all three sides are unequal, opposite angles also will be unequal. Fine. In ABC, earlier in the beginning, I explained a topic. Which side is greater? Which side? AC is greater. So which angle will be greater? Which angle will be greater? Angle B will be greater. Yes. Angle B, the next angle A, and angle C. Fine. So the concept here is, when all three sides are different, students, their angles also will be different. Example, B would be 70-degree, then 60-degree. What is 70 plus 60? 130. 180 minus 130, you'll get 50 degrees. The angles are different, right? This is the property of scale in triangle. Yes. What is scale in triangle? All three angles will be different and all three sides also will be different. Next, isosceles triangle. What is isosceles triangle? Any two sides. And what they will do is, in order to identify isosceles triangle, they'll mark the values like this. Tell me which two sides are equal. AB is equal to AC. They'll mark one line like one or two lines, which indicates they're equal. If they're equal, let me take 6 and 6. So BC will be different, 7. Fine. In exam students, they will either give you numbers 6 and 6, which means sides are equal. If not, they won't give numbers. They'll just mark the lines. Is it clear? Did you understand? Fine. This there is a property in isosceles. AB is equals to AC. Then what is the angle opposite to AB, students? What's the angle opposite to AB? Angle C. Angle C will be equal to, what's the angle opposite to AC? Angle. Is this clear? This is isosceles. What do you mean by this? Angle C will be equal to angle B. You have to draw opposite direction line. Look, AC opposite direction, AB opposite direction. Okay, opposite direction. That is nothing but both the values will be equal. If B is 50 degree, what about angle C, students? Angle C should be, both are equal. If both are equal, what about angle C? Angle C also should be 50 degree. Then what about angle A? Which formula we use to find angle A? Sum of interior, right? So we don't have to write, each and every time we don't have to keep writing sum of interior. You have to calculate quickly. 180 minus, what is 50 plus 50? 100. That is equals to 80 degrees. Can you see 80 degrees is greater? Yeah. Therefore, side BC will be greater than the other two sides, right? Yes. So this is the concept. Isosceles triangle. Simple. Any two sides are equal and their opposite angles also will be equal. This is isosceles. If you had understood this, now can you tell me equilateral? What would be the property of equilateral? And what about angles? Angles also are equal. That's it. See, if you understand two, you'll automatically get to know the third angle, equilateral triangle. So when it comes to equilateral triangle A, B, C, all three sides will be equal. Yes, all three will be. Who told the answer? Ananya? Yes, correct. All three will be 60 degrees. That is, I'll look here, I'll solve it. Scale-in is done, isosceles is done, equilateral. All three sides equal, they have measured 6 centimeters, 6 and 6. It can be 7, 7, 8, 8, anything. Depends on the sides value they give. It should be equal. If they don't measure give the value, students. If they don't give values like this, they'll give you signs like this. One line each. One line. Sometimes they'll give one line and two line. Is it a equilateral triangle? Why no? Yes. Only two sides. Can you see only these two sides are one line? Even this you'll have to understand. When two lines are given, it is not equal, students. They are not equal. Okay. So for equilateral, all three sides will be equal. Which means they're opposite angles. How many angles are there? Three angles. All three angles will be equal. Right? Okay. All three. In mathematics, what do you take the unknown value as? What's the common famous word you find? You type. Yes. So if all three angles are equal, can we take x, x and x? All three are equal. Same alphabet. You can take any alphabet, but in maths they prefer x. Alphabet x. Apply sum of interior angle concept. What sum of interior angle? Angle A plus angle B plus angle C is? What is the angle of ABC? X plus x is? No, no, not 3. Yeah. So 3x is equals to? X is equals to 180 by 3. So what will be the value of each angle? Yes, this is what, yeah, Ananya told. So in place of x, I'll write it as 60 degrees. 60, 60, 60. So for equilateral, the angles are fixed. What's the value of each equilateral triangle? Each angle of equilateral triangle? 60 degrees. So don't memorize. If you think about equilateral, we know sides are equal, angles are equal. 180 divided by 3. Okay, you have rupees 180. There are 3 friends. How do you share among 3 friends students? 180 divided by 60 degrees. Only for equilateral. Isosceles scale in different. If you want, write it or just go through what I have written. So based on angles, acute, obtuse, right angle. Based on sides, scale in, isosceles, equilateral. All of you have textbook with you all? Yeah, open triangle chapter students. Which chapter ma'am started? Triangles, right? Yeah, open triangles. That's it, over. Remaining we'll do it tomorrow. Can you see triangles? Open triangle, all this I've explained. Equilateral, isosceles, scale in, acute angle, right angle, obtuse angle. Open triangle. First 2 pages you'll find. In first 2 pages, vertex, sides. I've explained in depth students. Whatever is given in textbook, I've explained in depth. If you want, you can go through once. Go through everything. It's the same. Perimeter is left. Okay, perimeter is the outer boundary. Median, altitude. What do you have in the next page? Do you have congruency of triangle? That one topic is left. If I complete that, we'll start solving 8A. Tomorrow I'll complete congruency. See, just think from mathematician's point of view. If you were a mathematician, you would have taught triangle. All these are one triangle. Then what you would have done, students? You would have tried to compare 2 triangles together, right? We'd have tried to compare 2 triangles. This comparison is known as congruency. That's the word congruency. The meaning of congruent is 2 same triangles. And this will continue tomorrow. Okay, so I've recorded the class. I'll upload